Just what we reported on the injuries.
Just today, how did you view today's game, the loss? What are your thoughts on it?
It's tough. Make no excuses. We have the license and the ability to be a good football team, and things that we're usually good at, which is playing better, and as opposed to penalties, and the other team capitalizing on. We're able to capitalize on those, and so, as I said, no excuse. We get better. We need to get better, and we're a good football team. We're not good enough in some of the areas that you need to win games. And back to work. I mean, it's just hard work always pays off, and we gotta strive to do that.
You mentioned some of these self-inflicted wounds over the last 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
14 penalties against the Giants, 10 more today.
Yeah,
turnovers. Just what are you seeing in that regard in terms of some of these mistakes, some of the self-inflicted wounds that you've seen over the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, just and being made, in opportune times. We're good enough to overcome some, but you need to minimize them, and that's an area that we need to get better at.
How do you go about improving in that area?
It means knowing what to do, know what we're doing, how we're doing it, and that's what you practice.
In your first 3 games, I think were 15 penalties combined, and these last 2 it's 24. What's changed from the first 3 to these last 2 in regards to that?
Well, without going through every single one of them, just knowing what to do, when to do, focus on one play at a time. The different ones that happened, I'm going through in my head. They're correctable, but there's got to be, and there's been emphasis put on it. We just need to emphasize it more, practice it more, work on it more, and get it to where we're at our best when our best is needed most, and that is one down at a time.
Jim, you said we're not good in some areas where you need to be good at to win football games. Which areas are those?
The big ones right now: penalties, turnovers. Those are the two big ones.
So you said last week that the hits that Justin were taking were very concerning.
Mistakes that are taking points off the board. You saw those plays today.
So last week you said the hits that Justin was taking were concerning, and he was sacked again 4 times today. And do you feel like you have the players in the building up front to protect Justin?
Yeah, I do. And I thought at those times we were. It started well, and I thought we were efficient, staying ahead of the sticks, and then some of those penalties got us behind the sticks and put us in position to not be bailed out. And Justin did. I thought Justin had a heck of a game. Some of those long distance third downs, he picked them up, but we were in an illegal formation. Our tackle was too far back, and what was the other one?
The other third down that was called back.
Yeah, we picked it up and then
I think it was false start, I believe.
Yeah.
With Trey and Mekhi, they were in and out of today's game. Do you have an update on their injuries?
Just what we reported.
Jim,
That's the reason they were coming out.
I felt like there were some procedural issues on offense today. You had used a couple timeouts in the first half when you weren't lined up correctly. You had the false start on Trey and Quentin went in motion at the same time. The 4th down, it looked like Tyler got on pretty late and you guys had to rush through there. Anything you're seeing from the offense as far as why you think some of those procedural, operational issues might be happening?
Well, the first one, we weren't lined up in the right formation. Justin saw that and called the timeout. The fourth down, we did come on late, but we got the look we wanted and continued with the play. Didn't use the timeout there because we had the look we wanted. The two in motion, I mean, there wasn't. Two guys are allowed to go in motion. Still, we're not doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing. And that's where you got to tighten up and get everybody functioning on the same page.
Jim, it seems like penalties sometimes compound on themselves. When you see that momentum happening, what can you do as a coach to kind of stop it, get the guys to reset?
There's the things you can do as a coach. The first thing that jumps to my mind is we just work at it. Practice it to where it's honed in, it's dialed in, and you don't lighten up, you tighten up. We got to tighten up the operation in every way.
Do you feel there's some of those mistakes compounding from last week's loss that you saw again today?
I don't know about compounding.
Jim, there are only so many hours in a week to prepare. Do you feel like this is eminently fixable?
I do. Concentration, focus, in our assignment, our alignment, our technique, all the things that you do as a good football team, and things that we have done that are in our DNA, in our character, and when things are happening outside the team's character, more focus in those areas.
Is that why you feel like you guys aren't panicking after the skid and the penalties and all that, because you've done it for a few games this year?
Just got to get better. And work. Back to work. That's the message.
How do you know that these things are outside the team's character if they've now happened in back-to-back weeks? I'd like to not become a habit. Once can be a thing. Another time. No, definitely don't want to have three in a row. We need to get the bleeding stopped on the penalties of self-inflicted wounds, and it takes. I know that I know we're capable of doing that. We're a good football team in those areas, and we're not good at it right now. But we'll get better. And just going back to that fourth down, why was Tyler so late to come on?
Called for the personnel group, and I don't know if he didn't hear it. I don't know why he didn't go out there.
Yeah, just plan on doing it going forward. It's on us to fix that. You can't expect to win games like that when you're having penalties like that.
And Jim said that the penalties that you guys have had is not of the character of the team. Obviously, I assume you agree with that, but why do you think it's not in the character of the team?
Sorry, could you rephrase that?
Do you believe the penalties that you guys have had is in the character of this team because of how you guys have played earlier in the season? Jim seemed to believe that it's not in the character of the team.
No, I think it's out of character. I think it's just on us to focus in and dial in, and every play is equally as important, and we just have to limit those penalties.
Just how frustrating were some of the procedural things, even outside of the penalties? Just a couple timeouts where you guys weren't lined up correctly, Tyler coming on late ahead of that fourth down, just some of those operational things offensively.
Yeah, that's just things that we have to be better at, and stuff that we have to take a long look at, and have to address that. And it's tough. The game is tough enough already, and we're making it tougher on ourselves when we do that. So it's stuff that we have to fix, and stuff like we said earlier is out of character, and so it's on us to watch the film, get better from it, and continue to harp on those little details.
Any reason why you think
those types of things could be happening?
I'm not sure. I think that's something that we'll talk about and communicate and address, but it's definitely not something that you want going forward.
Speaking of communicate, looked like the protection obviously was an issue. It looked like a couple times you wanted one protection, Bradley called something different. Are you guys on the same page for the most part with what the protection is going to be?
For sure. I thought those guys did a great job battling, and Bo's done such a great job all year. They got us, and a couple of plays that we'll have to look back and watch the film and get better from.
What are the challenges of having so many moving pieces up front? Jamari's in two spots today, Kai's in and out, Trey's in and out, down Sean, down Joe. Just from your perspective, what are the challenges involved with that?
Yeah, it's always tough. You'd love to have the same group of guys out there that go out and communicate and play as one. But I think they've done such a great job of shuffling around, and whether Foster's playing right guard, right tackle, he's played all over the place. Jamari's played left, right. At the end of the day, I think it's going to help us because we knew that adversity was going to happen. Injuries are a part of the game, unfortunately. And I think having that group of guys that are able to step up for one another, fight for each other, I think it'll help us in the long run.
You've not been shy about how much you respect Keenan Allen. To get him his 1,000th career reception today, what does that mean to you to be the guy that threw him that ball?
Yeah, really cool. Really fortunate to play with him, to have him on our team, and I'm bummed that it wasn't a better team outcome. But the guy is special. He makes a bunch of plays wherever he is, and we're going to keep getting the ball, and he's going to keep getting open.
A couple of weeks now with batted pass interceptions. How do you sort of view those plays? Is there a certain amount of luck involved with the batted pass interception? Do you go back and watch those and figure out things you could do differently as far as avoiding hands at the line of scrimmage?
It's just bad luck. Yeah. It's one of those plays that King was open, and I felt like I had it in good timing, good rhythm, and the guy just made a good play. He got his hand up, and down there in the red zone, the windows are so tight that you can't have any room for error like that. And the ball got tipped, got offline, and he made a good play. And it's one of those things that you hate doing as a quarterback, and you wish maybe I jumped up and raised my arm a little bit, but just watch it and hopefully you avoid it next time.
You've been getting hit so much dropping back. A couple times you took off on long runs and maybe dish out a little bit of punishment on the end of that. Does that, I guess, maybe sound weird? Do you rather prefer maybe being able to dictate the contact at the end of a run rather than sitting back and then taking a shot?
I think it's just with every situation. I try to make a move and try not to get too much contact and avoid taking any unnecessary hits, but felt like I was in a good position to be able to be secure with the ball and go get a couple more yards. But I think whatever it is, whether it's going to get the first down with your legs or through the air, I think that's the most important thing for our offense.